So yeah, that's a good one. Listen up, guys. This is important stuff. Like if you're doing that, just put yourself in the top 10% of guys dating for sure. And you put these things together, and you're gonna increase your value by a lot.
And it will.
Welcome to Mindset TV. All right. So we've already done the red flags when it comes to modern dating, and we thought it'd be equally as funny and interesting to do the green flags, okay? Because whenever you have green flags...
Verdes.
Correct. That is actually a red flag right there. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Being bilingual is a green flag, by the way. But we're going to talk about the top 5 green flags that I think men and women, mostly men, need to take into consideration when meeting new potential partners, right? We're all looking for either a date or a connection, right?
You want to socialize with a human being. It starts
right.
with that before you even get to like, hey.
Yes, and I think the first step is to pre-qualify them. Hate to say it, but I think that's important because you could set yourself up for a disaster if you don't look out for red flags. Check out the other video. But if you don't have green flags in place, you really have no direction of what is ideal for you.
Because green light means go.
Exactly.
So you can't go.
Correct.
Anywhere.
Correct. Well, if you have red flags, which equals to red lights,
you're stuck at the stop sign.
You should get stuck. The problem is that a lot of guys...
And go the other way.
No, a lot of guys will see the red flag and continue forward.
And women see the red flag and then they cut it into hearts.
I don't know what that means.
Hold on, let me rephrase that. My friend says it right. My friend says it the right way. You cut it out into paper hearts.
Oh,
you make the red flag into like little cute shapes.
Yeah,
like little stars, little hearts,
then they're hurt, right? They're hurt. They do the same thing over and over.
Then the red flag manifests
And then
itself.
eventually, when that woman meets a good man, she's damaged.
Because she's like, it's too good to be true.
Correct.
He has a graveyard of red flags.
Which is not true.
This is true.
She has the graveyard of red flags, you're saying.
No, like the mentality is like, oh my God, it's too good to be true. And then...
He must be hiding something.
Right. It becomes like a distrusting situation.
So, that being said, let's jump right into the green flags. There's nothing on this. These are blank. This is a blank list. So, we're going to rip it.
And these are just
you go first.
Scribbles.
You go first.
All right. Talk over text. Meaning, if there's already an approach, you know, you had an encounter, there was attraction, and it passed on to the phone, that they actually initiate a phone call and not just text.
Wait, I'm sorry. Is this for men? This is from
a woman's perspective.
From a woman's perspective, dating men.
About
a man, correct.
About a man.
So if you're a dude and you guys meet, the first interaction after that meet, like the follow-up,
right?
You're saying don't just text, but try to initiate a phone call.
It could be, I think it's fine if it's a combination, like a fusion, but to initiate conversation is the closest thing to seeing each other. So it's more real. It's more, it gives you a better feel versus text. 100 things could be happening at that time. It's not necessarily in real time either.
Okay.
There's delays, you know, it's a little more impersonal, and I think it gives room for more, it's more
Oppenheimer, okay.
Open to like creating more of an illusion.
Yeah,
and if you continue with that, then it could be little.
But, all right, there's an issue with that. From a man's point of view, okay, after that initial interaction, you got the phone number, obviously, then maybe you exchange a few texts. I think from the man's point of view, he should move right into setting up that first date.
Okay.
There's no need for him to go back and forth and lollygag. Because if he asks her on a date on that in text, it could be in text.
So wait, rewind. Initial encounter.
They get the phone number. They exchange information. That's how you meet. I don't meet like that. I say, hey, you're cute.
They got the number. At that point, you're saying he's calling her to initiate the date?
That's not realistic.
Or he's already asking her out in person?
I personally have done that, and I think it could be a good approach. But most women won't pick up that phone call, especially if they didn't even save your number because maybe you got her number. Right? So I would say text.
Like a heads up.
But what you don't want to do as a man, you can tell me if I'm wrong or if from your point of view, what do you think? But you don't want to go back and forth, like getting to know her via text. Because
exactly.
After all that invested time and effort, the date might not even happen. And then you wasted all that time.
And it doesn't give you a clear picture, so...
It does not, because she could be deceiving, she could be lying.
Yeah.
And not only that, by asking for the date right off the bat on that first initial exchange, you can actually validate or you can see if she is actually interested. If she says, not yet, maybe, but can we get to know each other via text first? What's your Instagram? It's a no-go. If she's really into you, she's going to say yes. When and where?
She'll be open to it.
For sure. Is this thing on? It is on. All right. So I agree with you that I can't agree with you because I'm not a woman, but I can see where that would be beneficial to the woman if the guy has the audacity to just call her. Right? Then that would be a green flag.
It's a firm.
Or to keep the text short. Keep it short. That means
if
he's
there's
not
a
there.
text, it's like, hey,
he's busy.
Can we talk later?
And he's busy. That's a green flag. The red flag would be if he's there just texting you for hours.
Right.
That's a red flag.
But enough, like you said, enough to keep it like, hey, I'm thinking of you type vibe, but not for the sake of like wasting time on text when you can be talking or taking her out.
Correct. Even talking is a waste of time.
Looking forward to like, okay, when am I seeing you again?
Correct.
Which gives that room for like the excitement also. The curiosity.
What else you got? Or don't have because
animal lovers. How they treat animals.
Animal lovers. Okay.
To me, and I think a lot of women would agree unless they don't like animals, how they treat animal and children, how they treat pets, dogs, if they like animals, they like kids. That would be a green flag if they handle animals and children with care. Okay,
can I give you a scenario? And this is from my personal experience. I like animals, but I don't have animals. Okay. And this has happened to me with a potential, girl or date or whatever you want to call it, where they see me with either they have a dog or we encounter a situation where another person has a dog and they can't control their dog. And I'm not even a dog, I don't even have a dog.
Yeah.
But I will say, I'm not saying all dogs, but I know how to control a dog.
Okay.
So it has happened to me where I grab her dog and I show her what she's doing wrong. And I put him in his place, kind of, and he'll listen to me, even though he's a disaster. I've had dogs like bite me, jump, everything, and I could still handle the situation. Is that a green flag in the sense that maybe I don't love dogs, I don't have dogs, but I know how to handle your dog?
I think that's hot.
Okay. All right.
I've seen that where I feel like that's, well, for one, you're helping the situation because the dog does need to be disciplined. The
dog is taking advantage of her because it's a woman and
the dog needs to be disciplined and definitely that's something that I think maybe men have a better ability to do that, because dogs do sense that.
I think so.
And I think it's more like a support than it is anything else.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, I think it's supportive where I feel like my man, if he can help me in that would be great.
Actually, you're right. You have a crazy dog, but you never gave me the chance to actually round him up. Actually, now that I think about it.
We recruited a trainer.
Oh, you did? Oh, you mean me?
No, but you never saw him. It was
I did see him. I think it was through the glass.
That's right. So I think that is a total green flag because it shows dominance in a good area, support, and obviously it's like the dog respects you, which is good because it also becomes a safety thing.
For sure.
Like I know my dog respects me 80% of the time, and there's a big 20% with high, what they call like high drive. If he's outside and he's really engaged with like an animal or someone comes by, it's very hard for me in those situations.
Yeah.
Inside the house when he's lounging and cuddly with us, he's pretty good and he'll listen. But there's that 20% factor that's very hard.
It's funny because that translates very well to how you raise your children or what capacity you have to kind of like not hit, but put your kids in order. Like the same way that I treat those dogs, it would be like kind of like, you know, how I.
And I think there's a difference there with a female and male role too.
Yeah, for sure. But in your case, you know, well, I don't want to get into your business, but let's just leave it at that.
No, but I can see that difference for sure.
Yeah.
Especially a male dog.
Exactly.
Even more.
Correct. And you have a male child. So
right.
It's interesting. That's something to kind of explore, I think. Mm-hmm. Number 3.
Blank.
That's why you should take notes.
So we have one too.
I should probably do that too.
I would say generosity, how they care for their friends and family. Yeah, I mean, how they treat people. That would be a better, like, overall, more broad. How they treat people on the street, a stranger, friends, families, all those different social interactions.
What is one thing that you can spot from a mile away when you're on that first date, let's say, and you go to a restaurant? What's that one thing that you have to look out for already?
As a green?
As that green flag. So how does a man show generosity, not on purpose or anything? That's just the way he is. But in this particular scenario where you're at a restaurant on a first date, what are you looking for to see if he is generous, for example? Is it the tip? Is it the way he handles the situation or interacts with people?
Both. The way he interacts with people with a respectful way, like a friendly way. The tip. Yes, definitely. And, suppose there's like an old lady in front of him or anybody, any person. Mm-hmm. He opens the door for them, not just for me, but he lets people pass. Simple things like that, I think makes a big difference. If you also the chemistry, like if you're at the restaurant eating together and you're both having conversation with the waitress or waiter, like a common, like friendly kind of ambiance, like he sets that tone.
Yep. All right, generosity. I think that's very important. Absolutely. What's next on your list? Or not? It's not on the list.
I'm creating it as I go. Cleanliness. Doesn't have to be like perfectly tidy and exact, like OCD status, but...
Wait, but I'm assuming that applies to him.
Correct.
His person
his presence.
And his home, for example.
Yeah, of course. Like a little messy here and there, or whatever, but overall... This is my
office. It's a little messy right now.
We'll get back to that.
But is this like unacceptable?
This is clean. No, this is clean.
I did clean the floors.
There's a normal amount of I live here type of...
Yeah, and I actually work here, so...
Mess, yeah, exactly. Which is good, because if you have everything so intact, like in an operating room, then it'd be a little concerned.
True. If I didn't know you already, I think I would have prepared a lot more, in the sense that, my desk wouldn't be a disaster. I probably wouldn't have all these notes on this desk. And I probably would have...
So he trusts me with his information.
Yeah. So, yeah. All right. So
what did I just say?
Cleanliness... Is there one thing that the guys that are watching, that maybe they have a little Cheeto dust on their shirt, and they're a little rusty? Is there one thing from just their physical appearance that they can actually control that would be just top of the list when it comes to, cleanliness and personal hygiene, I guess? That's at the top of the list.
And when I say personal hygiene, or when you say that, I don't mean that you have to smell like cologne, like the Macy's cologne department. I mean just like a clean presence.
Yeah, I showered right before this, so
like put together.
Yeah, but what's at the top of the list? Like if you had to break it down, is it
from all of these?
No, so what's one thing a guy can do right now, watching this?
Okay.
If he's out there on the dating market. What's just at the top of the list when it comes to, hygiene and cleanliness? Maybe one for the home, one for the physical appearance, one for whatever. What can they actually do and take action on today to improve?
Physical appearance, obviously don't smell.
Okay, so when it comes to hygiene, is that a big,
so bathe.
Okay, is that a big thing? Like, do you encounter smelly dudes?
I haven't, thank God.
Because I'll meet up with...
But it's important.
I'll meet up with women.
Women look at that.
After the gym, and I know that I might stink like a little bit.
Yeah, that's different.
But I've never had an issue with that. To be honest with you, I think it's also the way you manage it. Like if you're gonna go after the gym and meet up with a young woman,
and you have like a towel, you pat.
Well, you don't want to wear a tank top,
right?
Because I've noticed that when you wear a tank top, your odors are obviously more.
Or perhaps in a situation like that, if you know you're going to socialize after,
you could be prepared.
Throw some water in your face and change your shirt.
Yeah, for sure.
Like your sweaty shirt, you just swap on a t-shirt. That would be, I guess, like a more comfortable and thoughtful act if you know you're going to.
But yeah, I don't know this. You guys tell me in the comments or whatever. I shower before everything. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Can I? Can I be honest?
You're being honest
if you're gonna have sex, you gotta shower right before. So that's one. If you're gonna go on a date, obviously, I shower before I go to the gym. I shower before I go to work. It's just you have to stay clean. You have to smell good if you're trying to attract the opposite sex. It is what it is, right? And that applies to women too. But it's a given with women. Yeah. I think. A woman that does not smell good, it's not on my radar.
Right. That was the right word I was thinking.
Yeah. All right. And I don't see a 5 there, but make it up. Come on.
I feel like I'm taking a test. So safety, they're paying attention to things that might be in the surroundings. You're close to the street, they kind of move you inside. Or I guess not like hyper vigilant, but vigilant enough where they're almost like assessing the environment
for sure.
Of any issues. We're not going to go that route because that route could be like street smart.
Yeah, for sure.
And then incorporating that into how they're caring for you and that moment.
Yeah, because you as a woman, you're going to judge how well he's going to be able to protect you in the future if you do get together. And it's funny you say that because I was seeing someone earlier this year, or actually late last year, and then the beginning of this year, and that's the one thing that, she was young, so maybe she hasn't been with that many
used to that
partners, but she was shocked the first time. She didn't know what was happening. The first time that I grabbed her by the shoulders and physically moved her to the inside of the sidewalk. She's like, you've done this 2 or 3 times. Why do you do this? She had no idea. So I had to explain. I always feel like it should be a natural.
You kind of understand why they're doing it without knowing.
Yeah, but if she was 23, or is, I don't know. I think she's still 23. If she only dated 2 or 3 dudes
that are in
their 20s, and those dudes are growing up in today's digital world where you don't really, common. First of all,
to be honest, even within our age group,
to walk somewhere. That's not common.
That's one. But even within our generation,
you're saying it's not common? Not as common as it could be?
Even within our generation, it's not as common as it could be.
When you say our generation, you mean
ding, ding, ding.
Because we're in our 40s? Is that what you're saying?
Even then, I can probably have less than a handful of
what?
Which stands out.
Wow. I made a video this morning on IG about the fact that I do all those things because of my grandfather. So in my grandfather's era, it was a given for men. Correct. A man who did not do that wasn't really a man. It was maybe a homeless person. But anybody who, with some sort of civility, live a normal life,
they protected
have a family,
women in general,
and kids, because the kids go on the inside, women go on the inside.
That's a given for sure.
So yeah, that's a good one. Listen up, guys. This is important stuff. If you're doing that, just put yourself in the top 10% of guys dating for sure. And you put these things together, and you're gonna increase your value by a lot.
And at least for a woman that perhaps is worth, investing in.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
I think a woman worth investing in.
Yes.
No matter where it goes, but showing her that is showing, hey, my time is valuable with you. Even if you don't take it further.
Maybe I'm just missing it.
I think I'm
we're talking to guys?
If a woman pays attention to that and notices those things,
you're saying that's a reflection on her as well.
Right.
Okay.
And she appreciates that.
Yeah, you're saying a woman that does not appreciate these things might be a low value woman herself.
Yeah, and I don't want to call any woman low value, but not matching your energy.
Why not? So there's different values of humans.
Different category. different level.
I think value is the right word, but you can.
It's a different value.
Beat around the bush.
A different quality. Okay, we're just gonna just keep going with the flags. Yeah, it's definitely not gonna be.
All right. So now, the good stuff. I only have 3.
That was even better than planning it.
No, for sure. I agree. I'm missing 2, but now we're going to go over the green flags that I put together for men dating women. So for the women that the men are looking for.
The green flags in women from a man's point of view.
The green flags in women that men should look out for or should.
The woman is waving these green flags.
Well, no, they're not. That's the problem. That's the problem. Most of them are not, and that's the issue. So if we jump right into this, you'll see that the first one is already an issue. It's the way they dress. And this is me personally. Okay, but I think 90% of men, 90%, I think will agree with me on this. Do we like women that dress up kind of provocative? Does it look good? Yeah, it looks good. It's
provocative.
It's arousing or whatever. It's provocative,
right,
yeah.
Right.
But is that what we're looking for when it comes to dating? Right. Absolutely not.
Right.
So the green flag here is a woman that does not objectify herself by putting her body parts out there for men to see or other men to see. Okay. So for example, I'll give you an example. When I go to the gym, and I've had this conversation at the gym with other dudes, and they totally agree with me, and we're actually looking at the women. You're
assessing the situation.
We're objectifying them after they objectified themselves. But we do analyze those things, just so you know. I mean,
you're having guy talk. It is what it is.
For sure.
Let's get over that.
So we start looking, and we notice that the ones that are more provocative and they're dressed a certain way, and you can kind of see everything, we're not really. What's the word I'm looking for? We're not really pulled in. What's the word?
I know you're saying not attracted, but
not attracted. Or not
inspired.
Enamored? I don't know.
It doesn't. No te da ganas de.
Yeah, you only get the sexual part. You only get the sexual part.
Okay.
You don't get the part where like, oh man, I like to meet her. You're not intrigued. Yeah, that's a good word for it. Okay. You're not intrigued at all. It's a one-course mind. I see titties and ass, and that's what I want. So unfortunately, I don't know. I mean, 80% of women are dressed that way in the gym, when you go out at night, for the most part, right? So that 20% that's dressed up, I don't want to say conservatively, but
maybe normal.
How about normal? Yeah. Yeah.
Like
normal,
just, like a neutral.
That right there is a green flag. And the way we talk about it at the gym is, if we see a girl that's wearing like a big t-shirt or just a regular t-shirt, green flag. If she's wearing maybe the tights, but maybe they're pants instead of like booty shorts, somewhat of a green flag.
Or not like a very revealing top with little shorts because they're going to work out and they're comfortable with like a t-shirt, whatever. I get what you mean. It's like a mix and match.
If I was a woman, which I wouldn't want to be a woman, but let's just say I was, and I'm optimizing to meet the right kind of man, I would dress accordingly, even if I'm uncomfortable. This whole thing about being super comfortable to the gym, I understand you want to be comfortable.
Well, you have to be practical with the gym.
but then at the same time, then don't think that the right guy is going to come up to you at the gym.
Right.
Because the ones that will come up to you.
Yeah, and if you don't care about that at the gym, you're just going to do what you.
Well, if you're going to the gym, in a co-ed gym, just know that the guys are there for basically one thing.
But women know that.
Well, they deny it. They deny it.
I think that's a fluff. I think they know it.
The ugly ones deny it.
We can't lie about it.
The ugly ones deny it all the time. If I ask...
Or they're just used to it, maybe in our culture.
What culture? American culture?
No, Miami's a different culture.
You're saying they're used to men.
In Miami, we have a very different culture with how women interact.
Women.
Latin, that mixture is
But you're saying they are denying more or less? You mean less, I think.
Maybe half and half.
Really? Okay.
I think they know what they're doing.
They definitely do know what they're doing.
Maybe I shouldn't reveal.
Yeah, I don't know.
My female secrets.
No, but the idea is to help these MFers. You know, because here's the thing, in my opinion,
I think
women
it's a
are lied
combination
to
of how you present
and
yourself.
men are lied to.
Yeah.
Okay, but
For
the
sure.
problem is that men, they eat that stuff alive. Like you tell men a lie about how to get women, and they'll just do it. Whereas women are better at that.
So
They're
you want to try to
instinctually
filter
know.
out the nonsense.
For sure, I want to give them the truth. To be honest with you, because we've all been young and dumb.
I mean, a lot of times I think in general, people want to fit in. And then if that's what's normal, they want to look just as cute as the next girl.
We're talking about the girls. Okay.
Yeah. I personally am not like that. I don't want to look like every other person on the street.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I mean...
You know, but I can see how common that is. Most people want to go with the trend.
Especially
every other girl in the gym is wearing this, I'm going to wear it too.
Especially the younger girls at the gym. It's insane. Like they all look like from afar. Besides the color of the clothing, it looks about the same. Like the same style sneaker with the socks and the shorts. It looks like
it's the same advertisement over and over again.
Yeah. And it's basically that because they're all wearing the same exact brands too. Like Gymshark, Alo, and Lululemon or whatever. I don't even know what the other ones are.
You know, it's accessible. I get it. But within, I don't know. I feel everybody should have their own style and their own way within that. But that's just me. I think that stands out more to me from both men and women, that they have a sense of style. It doesn't have to be like fashionable, like fancy brands. No. I don't mean that. But you know, that they have their own tastes and that's what they like. You can see it.
For sure. And that's at the gym. When it comes to just when it comes to regular everyday life, you know, when the way the girl dresses in public, just out and about on a Saturday, maybe out for lunch, that's huge too. If she's wearing like a dress, I don't know. If she's provocative at 12 noon on a Saturday.
Like she just came out of a club.
Like a nightclub, yeah. It's kind of, I'm not saying it's a red flag, but it's, you know, the green flag would be a sharp outfit that kind of shows that she understands that she's there to enjoy herself, right? And her family, and she's out there to meet people, but not necessarily to find a sexual partner. Because women who are out there to find specifically
especially if you're with your kids.
That's another topic,
or your parents. And
like a slutty mom, you're saying?
Well, yeah.
Slutty single mom? Yeah, they're out there.
I mean, obviously, if you have a little girl, imagine she's watching.
Yeah, it's horrible.
You know?
And the worst part is usually those little girls, they dress them up like the mom.
Yep, that's another topic.
So I guess this is for the guys specifically. I mean, if you're a girl and you are watching this, which is very doubtful, but if you are, say hi in the comments actually, and say hi to Veronica. Maybe you guys can find her on her channel at some point. But for the girls, I would say if you're looking for a good man, and when I say good, that's another conversation, but just a man that can take care of you in different ways and not just kind of, you know, look at you as an object, sexual object, which is, you know, part of life. But if you want to mitigate that a little bit, you got to dress a certain way. The same way that a hooker will do the opposite, because her intentions are to find a man that will
there's a reason why
her.
they actually dress that
correct way. But for some reason they've linked those two, right? Like you're taking the slutty outfits from prostitutes, put them on normal chicks, and then not expect the same reaction from men. It just doesn't make any sense.
And you leave that for your husband.
Yeah. And when it comes to the dudes,
in the bedroom,
I'm just talking from my inner circle and some of my friends and some of the stuff that I've heard online. I've done some research. I think that this is true for most men. They will look for a woman that's more conservative.
Like well put together in her.
The way she dresses. Appearance. More. I want to say the word is simple. Like no makeup. The hair is just normal. Some sort of t-shirt. You can still see her breast size, but you don't have to see the actual breast. Maybe some jeans and some nice shoes, you know. And if you want to take that a step further, some nice pants, or maybe a nice dress that doesn't show too much. That's it. Just keep it simple. I mean,
you're just saying not to be overly exposed.
Yeah. I mean, for sure. That's the last thing guys want when it comes to dating,
like taking
and marriage,
it serious,
and all that stuff.
And you feel 90%. At least of like respectable men.
Well, yeah, I mean that.
Because that's also a thing.
Yeah, that's another conversation. I've heard some weird things online of guys or women actually. This is the weird thing. This is what women are saying. So I don't know that it's true. Okay, women are saying that there are a lot of guys out there that do like a woman to be provocative, dress provocatively. Mm-hmm. They do look for a woman that's experienced in the bed. And they do look for a woman that has money. So all those three things are counterproductive to what a man actually wants.
I feel like that's a
So reverse. I think that's coping maybe, I don't know.
If that works for you, you're looking for a sugar mama. That's gonna be like...
But here's the thing. So going back to what you said that what did you say?
Sugar mama?
No, way before that. You said men...
Overexposed?
Hold on, it'll come to me. Overexposed.
That they don't want...
Oh, well, I said that I've heard that women want that. I mean, sorry, that women say that some men do want that. Okay. So what I'm trying to get at here is that I say 90% of men want a woman that dresses conservatively. Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean you have to be like
no, it doesn't. But I'm saying the other 10%,
just not revealing.
The other 10%, or maybe more, 20%, let's say, are the men that most women don't want. So we can't listen to those men.
Of course not.
Those are the men that, unfortunately, are not really improving themselves. They don't treat women as well as they could.
Degenerates?
They're not working on them. Yeah, degenerate, basically. Yeah, I mean...
It depends. If you want to be in that... reality. If that's the world you want to be in, then by all means.
Because what kind of woman are they looking for?
So if you want to level up...
They are looking for a woman who's good in bed. They're looking for a woman that has possibly more money than they have.
They're not looking for a relationship.
Correct, not at all.
That's what that sounds like.
That's why when I say... Because your question was, are you sure that 90% of men feel this way? And you tell me if I'm right or wrong, because obviously you're the guys out there, but I feel pretty confident about that.
I mean, from my perspective as a woman, I think you're right, because just, paying attention to men, what they say, their mentality, I would think that a respectable man, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So on point.
Number 2, family. Family.
I thought that said fertility.
Oh, wow. Dude.
Well, that goes hand in hand with family.
Fertility.
Health.
Well, fertility is tied to youth, so that's a different topic. But family. And this is huge. This is probably, I should have put that at number 1. But the reason why I have dressed the way you dress as number 1
it's the first thing you see.
Is because it's the first attraction point, and if she's dressed in a certain way, you don't need to get to number 2.
You're already like,
that's it.
I don't want it.
You got to put her in a different category. That category is you know what that other category is? There's the dating category.
See, but focus on your green flags.
What's the other category? What categories do men put women in? Dating, marriage material, and
just sex.
Correct. Good job. Wow. All right. So the reason why I think family is so important is because it shows that she is able. For example, if you meet a young woman who still visits her parents on the weekends, or even lives with her parents, is even better. No matter how old she is, she could be 25, 26, 27. If she still lives with her parents, that is a green flag. If she doesn't live with her parents and she visits them on the weekends, maybe during the week, maybe she bought her house or rented an apartment that is near her parents. That is huge. That is the biggest green flag that you can look for in a woman that you're looking to potentially become your wife or the mother of your children, because it shows that she's family oriented, obviously, right?
Of course. That matters.
That's so obvious. But now, a lot of men don't put that into action. They'll find a girl with no parents. They live in another state.
What if they died?
I've been in a situation, and that's actually, I don't want to get into it right now.
Yeah, but it's not their fault.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that
how they behave with other people.
I can still vet out based on the green flags, independent of if it's their fault or not. We talked about this briefly when it comes to the, you know what. So yes, that's a valid point. But I will say that if I'm actually meeting multiple people women over a certain, time horizon here.
But you can also rule that out, just even if, let's say, there aren't parents in the picture or somebody specific, how they treat other family members, their relationships with other people.
Yes, but the bond of a woman, I want to say young woman, like in her 20s, that bond that she has with her father specifically is what's going to carry on into a relationship with her husband, because does she respect her father? That's huge. A girl that does not respect her father.
But what if her father is not worth respecting?
But that's an issue.
What if her father abused her?
Okay, so
now I'm going to play devil's advocate.
That's fine. Remember,
Because
I am dating for
things.
marriage. Let's say I'm dating for marriage. Okay, if you guys are dating for marriage, you got to think this way. If I'm dating for marriage and I meet two girls, one of them has a father, normal father who treated her well. She loves him. They have a great relationship. And another girl who had a shitty father. It's not her fault. It's not her fault.
Yeah.
But it would be beneficial for me to pick the one that has a good relationship with her father and not pick the one that had a problem with her father, even though it's not her fault. Because I'm looking out for myself, my family, my children, my future. Right? Because guess what?
And that matters too.
Isn't that called daddy issues? Those issues arise eventually in your relationship.
They would
with
have
that
to
person.
do work and like really.
Yes. So absolutely, it's a valid point. I agree. It's not her fault.
Oh, it's good to bring those up so you can elaborate on the
It's
topic.
part of her thing. And I don't want to get into it, but my ex, both her parents were passed away before I met her. So I actually have hands-on experience, and I don't want to get into it right now. That could be a topic for future videos, and that's why I feel so strongly about this, because
you already had a personal experience.
Of course. And then going back 12 years, I did date I was dating someone, and her mother was very close to her, and we all hung out all the time, and that was a great relationship, That ended for other reasons, but that dynamic was amazing.
Yeah, the outcome doesn't...
Yeah, and by the way,
that was a positive.
That, if I could if I could advise my daughter that I don't have, if I had a daughter, I would put that on her number one green flag.
Right.
Because a man who's close to his family, respects his father, respects his mother, takes care of his parents. I
didn't think of that, but I've spoken that in the past, like, is he a good son?
Awesome.
That's a very big deal that I think I've been taught and I've observed, like, that matters.
Yeah, for sure. I know people.
And there's a difference between being a great son and being a mama's boy where you're not independent.
For sure.
So let's clear that line right now.
Yeah, that's actually a good topic in the future, because my mom tries to coddle me. Is that the word? And
as most Latin moms will.
Yeah. You have to be really careful with that. And that's that. Like I said, that's for another video, because that's a long topic to go over. Because a mother's love for her son, if it's not regulated, will damage the son.
I can speak for that as a mom, because I have a son, and I do not want him to be dependent on me. I want him to be able to be his own man and be close.
Can I just say one thing? It's not about you wanting him to be independent. It's about you, and don't take this the wrong way, it's about you being independent of him as a single mother.
Yes, exactly.
Because that's the issue.
But I guess if you're mindful of that, because some women don't want that. They want the kid to be
100%.
I'm mindful of it, where I'm like, I make sure that I'm like not doing things maybe unintentionally to,
For sure.
To have a great relationship, relationship in the future as an adult, of course. I want him to stay close, but I don't want him to be like a mama's boy. Like, he doesn't know how to fend for himself and he's depending on me and vice versa. No, of course.
Yeah, so maybe we'll revisit the green flags in the future, and you put that on your list, because I think that's important for the women, Maybe we'll do a video one day for the women. I don't know how many will be watching, but who knows? If we can help someone out, why not?
It's worth it.
If a girl is entering the dating scene and she doesn't know that, like, I don't know why she wouldn't know that, but if she doesn't know that and she learned just that, she'll be way better off when it comes to finding the right man. Because guess who doesn't have a great relationship with their parents? Degenerates. It's fucking true. All right, number 3. This is kind of weird. I don't know how to really express this yet. It says it likes me, but I wrote that quickly. But
you like me, you like me not.
A green flag, okay?
Laugh at your jokes.
Listen, so a woman, I personally only like to date women that are into me. That makes sense? Like,
of course it makes sense.
Yeah, but hold on. There's a lot of men that will go out and cold approach, try to get a girl's number because she's good looking. Mm-hmm. They get the number.
But she's like not interested.
Well, let's just say it's a good exchange. They get the number, then they follow up, and they get her on the first date. But then, I mean, I notice it quickly, but a lot of guys might not.
Maybe like
if I don't see that the girl's into me, like she has to be into me.
Right.
Then I don't become naturally, like really attracted.
Right.
That's the thing.
Like you're not gonna chase her attention.
The most attractive thing that a woman can do is to be attracted to me. Without that, there's no reason for me to even try to continue that.
So how some men perhaps would persist.
I think that's a flaw. That's a flaw. Character flaw.
The mentalities of like somebody pursuing and chasing.
That's like a huge flaw.
Persistency. Like she kind of like you the first time, the second time, the third time because you insisted enough.
You know why that's a problem?
She's like, okay, let's go.
Do you think as a man that makes sense?
No, I feel like it has to be
second choice, to be like a pity fuck.
Yeah.
Not only that.
I mean, there's a lot of variables in that.
No, I don't think so.
I don't necessarily. I agree with what you're saying, because the same thing as a woman.
So let's create a scenario here real quick for the guys here. You know, you're an attractive woman, right? If I came up to you, but you didn't really find me attractive, okay? In your opinion, does it make sense for me to just pursue you over and over again? No, your attraction is not going to grow.
Yeah, if you're not giving the man an indicator like, hey, yeah, it's mutual attraction, then it's kind of discouraging to the man, I would think.
But some men are desperate enough to pursue, like you're saying, and persist for no reason. Because even if you get lucky, well, that's where the term comes from, right? Oh, maybe I'll get lucky.
That's true.
Does getting lucky make you feel like a real man? No, it does not.
And then there might be self-doubt in the back of your mind too. I'm assuming from a man point of view, like, it's like whatever.
You know that strategy works when you're like 18, 19, 20, 21.
Because you're still exploring so much, you don't really know.
Exactly, so you want to maybe pursue and persist.
A girl doesn't know either, they don't have.
But as you get older as a man and you understand women, that just makes absolutely no sense. And that's what I mean by she's got to be into me. So for example, I don't know if maybe you guys are judging me right now for this, but if I go somewhere, I'll look around, I'll scope all the ladies, okay?
Scan the room?
Yeah, then I'll find what I like.
Narrowing?
Of course. I find what I like. If we're obviously in a social setting, let's say a restaurant, if I find what I like, I make sure to put myself in a position where she can see me, right? You got to be exposed to her. And if she gives me a look, then I know that I'm given the green light to pursue.
Right.
Right? If I don't get that look, first, I don't want to pursue.
So you put done your part.
My part is
I'm here.
For sure.
But you're looking at her. Are you smiling?
100%. That initial eye contact will tell you everything.
You're smiling. Well, some people are retarded. Okay.
But then you want to date a retarded person. Don't go after.
Some people, I guess like anything, right? It has to be like the same wavelength of like, okay, I caught that, I felt it. You know, that's an energy thing too, right?
Exactly.
Besides, you can tell who's looking at you just because they want to freaking versus like who's really intrigued, for the most part.
Yeah.
But so you had that point of contact where you both felt, okay, there's a look, there's an attraction, there's a pull.
Yep. If as a man, if you can get yourself to a position where you can attract, and I'm not saying a lot of women.
So what is the most minimal feedback from her, from across the room? Is it a half smile, a full smile, a stare?
The minimal?
A gesture? Like what is the minimal that indicates to you?
If you don't know the answer to this as a man, that means you haven't really had enough like social experience to understand or to point this out.
It could be different per person.
No, what I'm saying is, you know what it is. You're only asking because you want to maybe bring it up.
Yeah, exactly.
But you do know what it is.
Of course.
Because you're the one giving out that half smile and whatnot.
Yeah.
So you should be telling me what is it that women do to
and
portray
every
interest.
woman will be different because some women are timid and they might pull away. Some women are more like direct and will stare back.
I think I think it goes both for men and for women. If the person that's being, I guess, pursued, in the sense that if I'm a man, I find what I'm attracted to, and I'm kind of figuring out a way to get that first initial eye contact.
Open up the avenue.
Yeah, that other person, when they do notice you, because let's say I noticed her first. When she notices me noticing,
that you noticing her.
that face will be
like your marker.
No, her face will be her expressions
Demeanor.
will be
the indicator.
Yeah, but when it's sporadic.
Okay.
Right? It's gonna be genuine.
Planned. It's not planned.
Yeah, it's gonna be a genuine expression. And if you catch that genuine expression, you're good. You're golden, right? Because you caught it.
It's like,
yeah, if she sees you, you're not looking, but she does. She has the interest, but obviously you don't know that.
Right.
Then you have to kind of keep playing this game until you figure that. At least in my case.
Right.
So I don't really talk to anybody unless I get that from them. And yes, the minimum is going to be a very genuine kind of like, I guess you can call it a half smile, and the eyes just lock in. Like they can't. They were supposed to turn their head, but the eyes stayed. yeah. It's like.
And even if it's just like you can tell with the expression of the eye, like
Yeah, and you know how I know this?
Practice?
No, because I do that to women.
What?
I do the same thing to women. So.
Back.
Correct.
But
correct. So I'll give you an example. So let's say
they're looking at you.
Let's say I see something and she's looking at me.
What if she's looking at you first?
Okay, but let's say we're beyond that.
Okay.
And I want to make sure that it's genuine and it's strong, right?
Okay.
The attraction is strong and valid. Yeah. So let's say I'm talking to a friend. You and I are talking, but you're in front of me, and the girl that I'm attracted to is way down there. I play this game where in my conversation with you,
you're looking.
I'm looking, but in a certain way.
Of course.
And at certain moments in the conversation.
Of course.
I'm not going to stand here and stare at her. No, it's part of a, it's an orchestrated move.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know that look.
Okay. See? You see? You see? You're learning way too much for one video. Okay, this video was supposed to be 15 minutes long.
Too many real life tricks.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys are going to take over the world after this video.
And the fact that we even have to talk about this is mind-boggling.
It's sad.
Because these should be natural interactions that take place between human men and women.
But once things went online, it's,
and even
practice.
Even the people that are older that had experience with just natural interactions out there in community or just going out, I think even that social skill has even died.
They lose it.
Yeah, because they haven't practiced it.
Definitely true.
For a multiple range of
Definitely
reasons. Or they got too cozy in this modern, version of things that we've lost a lot of the basics.
Definitely true. And also, from experience, again, when you're in a relationship, and the culture changes while you're in the relationship, right? What happens? If that relationship fails,
then you're out there
and you're lost.
Like a new baby. Yeah.
Correct. So you have to relearn certain skills and of course learn the new.
But don't be afraid to maintain those basics and lead with them because that new generation or whatever's going out there needs that.
Yeah. I think the foundation is always going to be the same anyways.
I don't think men should succumb to that because I'll give you like a short story or long story short. In conversation with some coworkers, somebody mentioned, I was asking my sibling, how do you engage with women? Because it's a younger sibling versus them that they're older, closer to our age range, right? And
it's a woman or man? I mean,
this is a man speaking on behalf of his sibling, just sharing a story.
But the sibling is a man.
A male, yeah.
Man, okay.
So he's saying he's direct. He's kind of like what you're speaking about, the cold approach.
Cold approach and being direct.
He's direct.
Showing
hey, you're beautiful.
Intentions. Yeah.
Can I take you out?
You don't have to say you're beautiful.
Whatever
but
the approach is.
You have to express your intentions within the first few seconds. Because
he's more like direct. He'll go talk to a girl.
Okay. This is the older?
The older sibling. Okay. Then the younger sibling, when he's communicating, asking him, hey, how do you approach a girl that you like if you see a pretty woman? And do you go up to her? If you see her studying in a library, if you see her at a coffee shop, and then the sibling's like, no. he got like, he was very animated when he did it. He's like,
wow.
No, like talk to a girl like that. No, we have group chats.
What?
And then from the group chat, it goes to perhaps social media, like let's say Instagram. And then from the DMs, then maybe.
There's no way.
If there's a certain, right, then it'll go into a text. We have had 0 contacts.
That's stupid.
Can you imagine how many different cyber loopholes they had to go through just to have a human interaction?
Well, here's something to consider.
But that was completely foreign.
But what do women really want?
Man.
Women want the cold approach.
So my take,
the intentions to be clear from the beginning.
If that man would be like, no, I don't care what's going on out there, I'm going to go talk to her, then he would break that pattern and help her like understand how important that is.
Not only that, I think he'd be victorious because the other dudes are over there DMing her. I don't even know how that works.
I don't know. I wonder how women think at that age too. Like, do they find it creepy?
No, because I'm into it from experience.
I mean, I don't think so, but...
This happens to me all the time. I meet a woman has on the younger side, like from that generation that you're talking.
Like in the 20s?
In their 20s, yeah. And when you go up to them and you start up a good conversation, and then you get their number, maybe you go on a date or whatnot, go have coffee. At some point, this happened to me a couple of times, you get into the conversation of precisely what we're talking about.
Yeah.
About how we met and how people are meeting. And they'll tell me, like, oh my God, I can't believe you came up to me
it's almost like
in the middle of
craving
XYZ.
Without knowing.
Correct. That's what I was trying to refer to, I was referring to earlier, where I think that women
like
want that.
Starving for that, and they don't even know
why. They want that. Because it's biology. Like, I'm pretty sure, I'm not a woman, but if you're a cute girl and you're sitting on a bench by yourself, okay, if you didn't have a phone,
we should have an experiment.
Without a phone.
We should sit on different benches around
What are women, okay, if you're a cute girl.
On the phone and not on the phone.
Not on the phone, and you're sitting on a bench, what are you waiting for?
Of us? An Uber?
What would happen in normal life before people had phones when a girl sits on a bench?
Well, an interaction?
Interaction, yeah. A man would come up to her and talk. That's just the way it is. But now, that girl's on her phone. The guy's like, oh, well, I'm not going to interrupt her little scrolling.
Whatever.
Yeah. And they keep going.
Because you're engaged in something else.
Correct. And you're looking down. But...
although they could also break that pattern too. And, if he gets rejected, it's part of life. But I see. It creates a barrier.
And if you do break that barrier, you catch them off guard, and women are not really, their guard should be up, by the way. They should be looking around for protection.
Looking down is actually being vulnerable.
Exactly. But when you do, let's say you do interrupt, and she looks up, and let's just say you're not that good looking in her eyes, you're fucked. Because to her, when she looks up, you're dangerous. So you have to be careful with that. But I do think
because I think people automatically think, oh, if I'm looking down, I'm in a bubble, so don't get close to me.
But that's
they
not
give
a good
that
thing.
vibe. No, it's not at all.
That's like men or women walking around with their headphones on. And this is, I don't know. I've seen videos from New York on the street. Like, everybody's wearing headphones. Here, not so much.
Yeah.
Not as much, but
it's
I do
still very
see videos.
Definitely in adolescent groups and younger adults.
Okay, if you're a man, you're asking, that's how you get murdered.
Yeah, no.
Right? That's how you get run over by a car.
The way I teach my son is your senses. You need to have your senses awake when you're out.
For sure.
If I'm walking my dog and I'm like this with a leash, how many things can go wrong?
Oh.
The dog can go bite another dog can come attack us, a man or whatever can come attack me. I can trip and fall over the leash. Yeah. There's so many things. I can maybe even be a hero for someone. What if like a little kid's crossing the street and he's off of his, you know, the parents are not watching.
Yeah.
But I'm like this, so I don't see that. Maybe I would have avoided an accident in someone else.
Save someone's life.
So those are scenarios for
sure.
People to
so
consider.
Yeah. So that, I guess, going back way off topic. So the number 3 was, the green flag was that if a woman's into me, I'm into her. So that's the green flag, you know?
Well, obviously, if you're there, you're into her because you're not going to be into just any woman.
No. So what I meant is a green flag would be the woman.
The reciprocal.
If a woman that I'm interested in physically is into me,
reciprocating.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
you're
quick.
not into, and you're thinking like, is playing hard to get is not a green flag
as a woman?
You as a man receiving that from a woman.
No.
From your manly
because that shows me that she's got a lot of options.
And it's like a game.
Because if a woman does not play hard to get, that means she likes you and she's available. She plays hard to get, that means she's got options and she wants to weigh them out to see who's the better option.
That's what I think weighs more. Because options is one thing, but for her to focus only on you despite options, that's important.
Yeah, so she would not, if she was smart, she would not play hard to get.
For example, if she got asked out on 3 dates, but she's like, no, because she was being discerning and like picky. But then you asked her out and she said yes,
for
obviously
sure.
Then her
But I wouldn't
attention.
know that someone else asked her out. So that's tricky.
Right.
So I agree with you that, but I wouldn't call it playing hard to get. I would call it having values and being a woman that respects herself.
And knowing what you like.
And a woman that has her mind in a place where she understands that she needs to vet out men. Right?
For sure.
So if the same way that I'm vetting for certain criteria, if I meet a girl who's also doing that, I'm like, damn, okay, so, you know, she's someone who values herself.
Exactly.
Right? So playing hard to get is a little bit different. That's more like, you know, she's
playing games too.
Kind of thing.
Anybody hear that? Anybody catch that?
Number 4, fertility. I mean,
a fertility?
That's a good one. Actually, do you have a fertility?
I'm working on one.
Okay. Keep an eye out for the fertility.
Preconception podcast soon.
Yeah. It's for men, no?
For both.
For both. All right. So fertility is a green flag. Why? Think about it. Okay. If a woman, first of all, men are attracted to fertility. Okay. And how does that
by an innate biology?
Exactly. The biology is that you're attracted to youth. Some people don't like to accept it. You know, I think we're all realists. For the most part, you know, men are attracted to youth, which equals fertility.
Yeah, we're not talking about longevity, relationship in different stages, of course.
But I'm also not saying that women who are older are not still somewhat fertile. I'm just saying if you take it in degrees, the younger you are, the more fertile you are.
Yeah. And once you get to the older stages, then it's more about, like, I think how a woman takes care of herself within any stage.
Correct. But but I guess the green, because I have to make sure that I added this in the middle of the conversation because it made sense. But I'm not saying, okay, let's put it this way.
Can you translate that? Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
If you are not looking to have a child, because you already have one and you have yours or whatever, can you translate that? Not translate that. Can you transfer that in a different way where it's like, how does she treat children? How is she nurturing to your child? Does that translate over?
No. I think if you wanted to translate into a different language that maybe can relate, people in different age groups can relate to this. I'm just throwing this out there right now. It has to do, I guess we can relate it to the age gap. Because if you're 30, right, and you're attracted to youth, maybe it's someone in her early 20s, like a 23-year-old.
I don't know if that falls into a green flag, though.
Well, but hold on. So is it safe to say that men, for the most part, look for younger women than what they are?
Yeah, even if it's by a few years.
Right. So wouldn't it be wise to look for women that are younger than you? Period. So if you're a 50-year-old man,
right?
Does it make sense for you to look for a 50-year-old woman? No. So hence, the green flag of a woman for him would be that she's under 40. Let's say.
I don't know. I'm not a man.
Who am I talking to? Am I talking to you? Am I talking to you? Who?
I don't know. I've seen relationships that are amazing within just a few years. It doesn't have to be like a 10-year gap. I mean, that depends.
No, but the woman's younger.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
I think, I don't know. That's a hard one. I've kind of questioned what gap is healthy, but that's so.
But do you disagree that maybe men that are looking for these green flags, do you think that it's not wise to have one there that says, all right, make sure she's younger than you?
But what is the purpose of that? Just because if he's not trying to have a child.
All right, let's explore that a little bit.
And he wants just a relationship.
Let's explore that. Do you think that men and women age the same way? Physically, mentally, spiritually?
No, there's definitely a gap.
Okay.
For the most part.
Let's say you're a 43-year-old man. Let's say I meet a 43-year-old woman, and because of her biological mechanism,
right.
She's going into menopause in the next, let's say, 2 years at 45.
Whatever, 5 to 10 years.
But it starts at, let's just say,
the next
her
decade
menopause
it's a lot closer to that.
Will start very soon.
Right.
I'm 43. We've just met.
Right.
I only have 2 years of actual normal hormone woman. Normal hormone woman. That's dangerous. That's not, I don't think that's a great idea. Whereas
versus if she had a man that was older to help her transition.
No help.
Not help.
There's no need to help. Where are we helping menopausal? No. It's a relationship.
Support her.
It's in a relationship.
Yes, just be there for her.
But not only support or help. I think a man who's maybe 60 or maybe 55.
But that's a big gap.
No, it's
and
not.
doesn't mean a woman wants a 20-year-old gap.
Let's say 55 to 45?
Let's just say 10 years.
That's 55 to 45.
Within 5 to 10 years.
Okay, 55 to 45. I'm not saying that man is beyond his prime either.
Right.
But he's more willing to maybe, deal with a woman who's going through menopause than someone who's in early 40s, a man who's in his early 40s, who I think is just going into his actual prime. I think that relationship will work out way better.
Yeah, the biology is off.
Because resentment will build up. When a man who's physically able and just
a
hornball.
And I think a woman would want a man to be able to support her through that without making her feel like something's wrong with her.
Yes, and the younger man will make her feel like shit.
Accidentally or not.
Yeah.
It will definitely.
I think so.
It can definitely have the potential.
But also, there's something else to be said here. You said, I can't believe you said that. That a woman doesn't want that big of an age gap. If you really explore that and talk to other women, you'd be surprised.
I'm gonna explore that.
You'd be surprised. Like,
I don't
10
personally
is
like
the
that
minimum.
age gap.
10 is, if you talk to a woman who's dated both same age and older,
you'd be surprised to find
out.
The age doesn't necessarily mean maturity. That all depends on the character.
I'm very immature. So you're right about that. So that actually helps my point. If you're a woman and you want a mature man, but you're 40, you're a woman, you're a 40-year-old woman, and you want a mature man, you should be looking at 50 plus.
But maybe she doesn't want an older man because she's youthful.
You just said.
I mean, she doesn't want an old man.
A 50-year-old man is not
I don't think a 50-year-old man is old.
Okay.
Let's correct that right now. Now this is getting good.
Oh my God, this video is supposed to be short. Let's give me your opinion on this. Let's drop the age numbers down, really way down.
3 to 5 years.
No, wait, I'm talking about age, the age itself. An 18-year-old woman, do you think, realistically, is she going to be attracted to a 21-year-old guy or a 25-year-old guy? It's only a 4-year difference.
A 21 or 25? Within she's 18?
Yes. Attracted to, I'm not saying they're going to get together.
I mean, relatively.
Just give me a number. Which one?
I don't know.
Just pick one.
21?
21, you say. I say 25. What about a 23-year-old woman, okay, and a guy who's 30 or 35? She's 23.
I think 30.
I think 35.
I think that's a great question to ask.
Okay, well, that's going to be your homework.
Because I do think older is important. Because it shows that they're in a different stage to help you grow.
Correct.
And take care of you.
This is correct.
But as far as the gap, I think that's where it's very, very
But this doesn't say gap. It says fertility, which means younger. Younger. So I think, yes, it's wise for a man. Remember, we're talking about what's optimal. So let's say you're 30 years old, you're watching, you're single, you're struggling with women.
But young men with young women, the woman is fertile. So that's why it doesn't make so much of a difference.
Because it's not just fertility, it's what comes with fertility, or vice versa, actually. It's the opposite. What signs do women give off naturally that show that she's fertile? It's basically her age, whatever. Long hair, good hair,
right,
good skin,
hair.
That comes with youth.
Weight.
As you get older, those things diminish. So if you're young, ask a 25-year-old dude who's somewhat mature, and
at least enough for his age.
Well, here's the thing: some 25-year-old guys are like virgins. You can't ask that virgin. You can't ask that guy because he'll basically be attracted to anything.
But there's a switch that I've noticed. I don't know that there's younger men with older women.
That's not true.
And I've seen that a little more commonly now.
You're saying dating?
No, like together, and even leading into marriage.
Yeah, but that doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Like leading straight into marriage.
But here's the thing. Let's say it does work.
Within this year, I've had quite a few examples.
Okay, two things. Let's say it does work. Is it optimal for the guy? Knowing that in 10 years she's going to be menopausal? Or less?
What if they have an amazing relationship? If you get to the nitty gritty
Sex is number one for guys. That's their main thing.
I guess not.
A guy would marry a mute if the sex is good.
Okay, now we're going to have to shut the podcast down because we're now going into different territory.
No, but it's true. So, do you see what I'm saying or no?
I see it.
Okay, so it's not optimal.
I agree to a certain extent. Yes.
Yes or no?
Because I start thinking of all the variables, but...
You can't make...
Yes. I think fertility is important.
There's always exceptions to the rule, but the general consensus.
Yeah, I do think older men with younger women is more common, or more.
Here's number two on that. Here's the second aspect to that. Do you think, since you're seeing it so much, and I don't disprove of that. I don't.
No, that's just.
I don't think that you're lying. I think it's true, but could it be because there are less qualified men for that particular age group of women?
Maybe.
And those women are actually settling for younger dudes because they can't find an older dude that has what they're looking for.
I don't know the deep psychology of it, but I do see it.
Ask them. Ask a woman.
Because maybe it makes sense at that particular moment, right? If the woman's in their mid-30s, the guy's in his early 30s or late 20s, maybe there's they're closer in maturity before it gets further. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I disagree.
And then there's a different dip later where the balance just goes off. It's like they're meeting there, but then all of a sudden the bridge gets really long after. Where it can create a problem later, but they're doing great now because they're at the same point.
I don't know. We have to look into that because
that's complicated.
I think you're wrong. Period. To be honest with you.
Well, this is not really about being right or wrong. It's more about what you're seeing.
It does happen.
Patterns.
It does happen. I just think that we're talking about optimal dating, right? Mm-hmm. The man in that situation settled for an older woman. You can't deny that. I'm sorry, but you can't deny that. Because if he had the choice, if he had built himself up to demand the attention of 10 younger women, he would never look at that older chick.
Yeah.
Let me know in the comments. Number 5 is actually blank. So let me think for a minute. A green flag. So let's recap. We have the way she dresses. We have, is she family oriented? Is she close to her parents, especially the father? Does she like me? You know? I only like girls that like me. I mean, that's just the way it is.
So basically, don't settle for someone that doesn't like you, which is pretty wise.
Well, no, it's not about settling. It's about pursuing, because you have to convince them at that point. I'm not convincing anybody. No. And I think, I think that's important. I think it's a losing battle to convince someone, because once you convince them to get, to maybe have sex or to get into a relationship.
No, for sure.
The actual burning desire, the attraction, the natural organic attraction and desire will not be there. It won't be there.
It didn't happen naturally.
It will not be there.
What about people that kind of grow into love or grow into
whatever? I don't know. You tell me.
I think the initial attraction has to be there.
Has to be there.
From a woman's standpoint, I think that's important too.
From a man's standpoint.
But I'm saying even on a woman's.
Yes, but
if he was like interested in me later versus initially, like.
No.
You know what I mean?
What?
No, how you're saying that the person has to like you, the initial attraction, not that you feel like you persuaded them.
No, for sure.
On both fronts.
For sure. And then after that, we have, in my opinion, if the girl's younger than you as a man, that's a green flag. So it's maybe not a green flag, red flag, but I think it's
a good flag.
Something to look out for.
So waiting.
I think it's something to look out for, because we age differently. So why would you date the same?
Yeah, within the exceptions, there may be men that do like older women for whatever reason. Who knows why? And some people like people within their age range. They relate more.
But it's not optimal. It's not optimal.
I didn't make up the rules of biology.
If the man's supposed to look, if biologically you're supposed to take care of the woman, right?
So you're speaking like a natural.
I'm saying if naturally that's the natural role of a man, is to protect the woman, right? To find one,
right?
Impregnate her and protect them. That's really that's all it is, really, right?
The natural built.
Yeah. So if that's what's supposed to happen, okay. Does it make sense for that guy to do that with an older woman or a younger woman? Think about this for a second.
Right.
If you're a woman.
No, I would think of that too, yeah.
Let's think about it from the perspective of a child.
Especially if you don't have experience in certain things.
Is this wrong? Is this wrong to say if we think about it from a child's point of view? This is wrong? What I'm about to say?
I don't know.
If you're a child, pretend you're a child and you have your parents or maybe an authority figure like a teacher or some shit, I don't know. Or a professor. Let's say a professor in college. Mm-hmm. I'm just thinking out loud here. Do you have more respect for an elder teacher who's tenured and been there for a long time, is recognized worldwide as one of the best professors in the world, and you're a privilege to be in his class?
Right.
Or a newbie that just came in first year of being a professor?
No, of course.
The old motherfucker, right?
Yeah.
Same thing. Same thing. It makes sense for the woman to look up to the man, especially when it comes to like age and experience. And the more age, the more experience for the most part. Unless you were in a basement for a couple of years.
Yeah. Because sometimes you've seen someone maybe, I don't know, just to give a number, you're in your 30s, you date someone in their 40s, perhaps doesn't have nearly as much experience as someone in their late 30s or mid 30s, because they did all these other hard things early. Mm-hmm. So they grew differently.
For sure.
So that what you did early on, the hard work of whatever, military, what kind of work you did, whatever, took care of a sick sibling, like that has to go into it accounts for a lot. Yeah. For a lot of years.
And number 5, a green flag in a woman for me is a woman that is docile, chill, okay? I'm going to say it, submissive, okay? Because...
the word.
Well, yeah.
That's a triggering word for a lot of people from my observation.
But that's on them.
Agreed.
Okay, and then first of all, what people? You saying women?
I think nowadays for a lot of women that might sound, because they're not looking at the meaning or the context maybe. But it's a triggering word, in my opinion, to a lot of women, meaning like they gotta bow down to the man and they've lost their freedom, I guess. My observation.
Do women even want freedom?
Do they even know what freedom is?
They do now. Single. Being single.
And freedom comes with a price.
They got what they wanted.
Ultimately, nobody's free. We live in this human body.
God. But listen, hold on, time out. I really don't care who gets triggered, because this is my...
No, but it's a good topic.
These are not just mine. These are what most men want.
Mío.
So, yeah, mío. But if I want this, and in my opinion, 90% of men also want this, if you get triggered, and
so to the
men, that's your problem, because you're not going to get a man.
Describe what that means to you.
To a man? To me.
Correct.
Submissive and docile?
Yes.
Okay, well, it's self-explanatory, but I guess let's discuss what that doesn't mean, right? What is the opposite?
Right.
Loudmouth, rambunctious.
I like that word.
Ghetto.
Attention seeking?
Yeah, you could say that. I mean, yeah, if she's seeking
like
attention,
rowdy, kind of like a rowdy.
Yes, correct. I mean, you never want to date that slutty girl at the bar who's always screaming and drunk and flashy and just jumping up and down and running around the bar. That's the girl that people look at and they're like, oh wait, it's almost 5 a.m. Like, what time is this thing closing? I'm gonna go talk to her, because you never know. That's not the girl you want to date. Who do you want to date? The girl that's not even at the bar. The girl who maybe came to the bar because it was her friend's birthday. She's wearing a t-shirt. Remember? She's wearing a t-shirt. She wants to go home.
You see how this all ties in?
Yeah, she wants to go home to her parents.
So you want a very non-existing woman?
Why is she non-existent?
I'm just kidding.
Don't do this to me, because let me tell you.
We're in 2025. Everybody's been corrupted.
You can say that.
No, I'm playing.
You can say that. I mean, the issue is that...
In the name of sarcasm, we had to throw some jokes out there.
I agree. Because this can get very serious.
He wants an AI, guys.
So what?
He wants an AI.
No way. The opposite. So, but a woman that is nurturing, you can call it, right? Nurturing.
You want a feminine woman.
No, a woman who is
naturally feminine. A lot of those are kind of like natural feminine traits.
Here's the thing. You kind of want a woman that knows her place, right? And a lot of people get offended by that, because and if you are getting offended by that, it's because you don't know your place. And you're going to get into a relationship with a male, as a woman, with a male who also doesn't understand his role, and that's a disaster.
Right.
Because guess what? The roles are going to be reversed.
Right.
He's going to be a beta male. He's going to be soft. She's going to try to manipulate the relationship to her advantage and become the leader.
Right.
That's not the natural position of a woman in a relationship.
At least not the majority of the natural, because there's always exceptions, but...
Why do women always love the exception?
I don't know.
I don't get it. Even if you're not the exception, you'll still defend it.
I know.
I don't get that.
I guess because we want to leave... We're like... Like, we want everybody to feel like they have a chance. Maybe that's just the natural woman, right?
See, you understand your role. Your role is to be optimistic. You don't want to exclude.
Yeah, you don't want to exclude the exception.
But we also have to be realistic. We have to be realist when it comes to dating, because if we're not realistic,
but women don't help themselves by being in that role. It's stressful.
But they've been taught,
whether you can do it well or not,
taught to be leaders. And now they're understanding that...
You can be a leader within your role.
What does that mean? No. No, absolutely
not. You can lead within your role, within your
woman role. First of all,
okay,
let's just say you're right.
Are you going to breastfeed?
Wait, who are you going to lead?
Your child's?
We're talking about men and women here.
Okay, yeah.
So you're just saying you're going to lead the woman?
Keep me focused.
Yeah, you can't lead the man. That would be problematic.
But also, within that, I understand what you're saying, because I do think the man has to take a leadership role, but women have their own strengths to add to that, which supports that leadership role, if that makes sense. So that you can continue doing that well.
That's fine. Take care of the house. I mean, yeah. Take care of the house and the child. But you can do it in a docile and submissive way. You don't have to be you're gonna be twerking while you take care of the child and being all attention seeking. No. All I'm saying is, remember, these are green flags. These are things that you're gonna see at the beginning of your interaction with this person, right? When you first meet them. If they are kind of submissive and they listen to what I'll give you an example. You want an example? I'll give you an example.
What if they like loud women? I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Listen, but remember, this is about optimal dating. This is for looking for the woman that will carry your child to term and you're going to build a family with, or at least, at the very least, have a loving relationship.
And honor the two roles that
yeah. So, do we all like the loud girl that's dressed as slutty, that has no parents, that plays hard to get and is a little bit older? Yeah, for a couple nights, a couple weeks, but that's not what we're looking for. I lost my train of thought. Where was I going with that? Let's show you again. The scenario. Quick scenario before we end the video because this is way too long. I'll give you an example, not a scenario, sorry. This happened to me today. Okay, someone from my past.
The ghost from the past.
She was a ghost from the past, you're right. Someone from the past kind of reappeared. It's someone that I actually ghosted. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So I don't tolerate certain things when it comes to dating, and I kind of wasn't getting a good vibe, so I kind of ignored her, I guess you can say. And she tried to reach out a couple of times, like through IG, a couple of texts here and there, and then, and then actually I would still see her in person because we have something in common.
But throughout this gap until now?
Well, until very recently. I would see her once in a while, and I kind of just would ignore her, like if she wasn't really there.
Right.
She got the point. She understood what I was doing. She respected it. She didn't say hi to me. I don't say hi to her.
Right.
Was she looking at me? Yeah, I could see her through the mirror. I can see she's kind of like trying to see what I'm doing. But eventually I left. I don't want to say the situation, but I left that environment, and therefore I don't see her anymore for the last few months.
Gotcha.
So today I get a text. Oh my God, this has been on my mind. I've texted you a few times, but now I really want to talk to you. It's been 10 months, mind you.
Since
10 months, the last time we actually hung out, yeah. I really want to see you.
Or just saw each other?
No, we hung out.
Oh, okay.
Hung out. I want to see you. I want to talk to you. I want to see what it is that happened with us. Like, I cherish you and the way you are, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So, of course, as a man, you got to play games. It's the truth. So I don't respond for a little bit, then I respond. And I had to take a moment to really kind of make sure that I am being myself, genuinely myself, doing what's right for me. And I texted something in particular. And the response that she gave me validates what I'm going to tell you right now.
Right.
Okay? And you don't have to take my advice, but this is what I did. I responded very short and abrupt with a command.
Okay.
I said something like, yes, period. I'm busy at the gym right now. Tomorrow, 3:00.
So very specific.
Yes, and her response was comical. She said, oh, wow, is this all you're going to give me? And is this how you're going to respond to me?
Like, yeah.
You're going to give me a command, basically, she said. And I responded to that with a yes. Right? Because that's how I'm testing this comeback, right? After 10 months.
Right.
Guess what her response is? Guess what the response was? Just guess. I don't know.
Like defensive?
No, she said, yes, tell me where and I'll be there.
Okay, got you.
You have to be assertive. You have to do what's best for you.
She submitted.
And she submitted.
To the
yes.
comments.
And that's in it. I'm talking 3 texts. And already I know that she's willing to submit. I'm not saying that I'm going to hang out with her again. I will see her for coffee. We're going to see what's up. But that shows me that I am correct.
That was your way of testing the waters.
Okay, so here's the thing. That is the green flag that I have for this particular interaction.
Right.
That gives me the go-ahead
to like even
to meet up with her tomorrow for lunch. I mean, for coffee.
Gotcha.
So the red flag there would be like, oh my God, I can't believe after 10 months, you're going to tell me what to do. And you're also going to tell me to take my shirt off.
Or tell you like to F off or whatever.
Yeah, that would have been a red flag. But for that interaction, the green flag is, okay, there were multiple green flags, but one of them is she's being submissive, she's being docile via text. So in person, I know she's going to respect me.
Right.
All right, so that's all I got. I don't want to beat the dead horse.
If she watches this, she'll know it's it.
She ain't watching because she doesn't really speak English that well. She's from another country. That's another topic. That's another
what kind of flag is that?
All right, so there you have it. Those are the green flags. We've gone over the red flags. You're going to have the video linked here and in the description for the red flags. These are the green flags. Make sure you follow them. Okay? This is for the dudes. Follow these. And if you're a girl, I would listen to her. Okay? And I'm gonna push on this. Encourage her to start a YouTube channel. It takes time. It's a long-term play, but I think it's something that can help a lot of women.
But why am I starting a YouTube channel?
But why?
But why?
Without a T? But why?
But why?
Well, here's the thing. You can help people.
What am I helping people with?
You can help people not only with your kind of like dating advice in general, but more importantly, insights. More importantly, you are a very qualified health coach, and I mean this. And you have the teas and the oils that can assist someone get from fucking fat. Sorry, I'm gonna beep that out.
Wait, yeah, that's
to healthy.
A little more.
To healthy and optimized. You gotta be healthy. You gotta be optimized.
You want to be more nourished, not over medicated.
Oh, it smells so good.
Stress less.
Damn, they're gonna think it's weed. Dude, is this weed? It's not weed.
That's the disclaimer.
It smells really good. Sorry, go ahead.
It's good stuff. You can drink this instead of antacids for indigestion or for reflux, or just heal your gastric lining from different conditions, inflammatory conditions. There's all kinds of benefits.
For sure. And this video is quite long, but I want to say one more thing. It's something that I haven't talked about at all, but she is actually part of a community. My community. It's going to be, BRL. It's in the description. I won't talk about it too much, but if you're interested, she's the health coach in there. She can help you get on track, get off the meds, get healthy. And then we have other people, other experts that are going to be involved that can help you with fitness. And of course, if you want a consultation with me for your mindset, so you're not such a... that's also in there. But join the community. The link will be in the description. It is free. We're just trying to grow that to a point where we can start making moves. We want to help as many people as possible, but we need the reach. We want to reach as many people. So if you want to share this with one of your guy friends or girlfriends that might need to hear a different perspective on this modern dating, please do so. Support the channel by subscribing, hitting the like button, and leaving a comment if you're interested in her. Shoot your shot in the comments. And that's it. Any last words?
Botanical mindset.
The botanical mindset. Peace.